Okay. All right, guys. Week 5 is starting. Does anyone have any questions? Like, let's just knock those out before we get into the things that I want to talk about, how we're going to run the second half of this program. So, is there like, any questions or anything that anyone has that they need help with?
I don't think so.
Is everyone getting results?
I haven't seen a ton, but I know what I'm doing wrong at the same time.
Okay. So, what are you not seeing? Or
Um,
ask?
I don't know, as far as like the workouts and everything go, like I can feel myself getting stronger,
Mhm.
but I just get frustrated because all my clothes are still all tight and everything, but I don't know. I guess I'm not trying to lose a lot of weight or anything, but still I just figured like I'd see a little bit of more of a change, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, so what is it that you're not doing?
Oh, I think I talked to you a little bit about it. With working so much, sometimes I skip some of the meals and stuff. So I'm sure that doesn't help anything.
Okay. What else do you think?
Uh, I haven't been perfect at like the meal plan and stuff anyway. This last, well, mostly just the last couple days, but
Okay.
I do notice that I feel so much better when I'm following everything. So I don't know why I keep messing up, but
Okay, so what say it again like in detail like what is it about the meal plan? Like what is it that you're not being good at?
so sometimes I'll skip meals just because of work, and I will not like I'll make sure that I have all my food for the week, but sometimes I just don't get around to eating it because I don't like with my breaks and everything at work, and then just still snacking on things that I shouldn't every once in a while.
Okay. Like what?
Um, I don't know, like just candy or just stupid things that I know I shouldn't eat that just around at the house, and so it's hard to not grab a couple. I don't know.
Okay. So how often would you say that you have a piece of candy?
Mm, honestly, probably just like every couple days or so. Not a lot, but
Okay. What like describe like what candies are you eating?
um, just dumb stuff like a handful of jelly beans or just like I don't know. I'm just weird. Like if there's sugar around, it's just really hard for me to not eat it.
Okay. Okay. Okay, what else would you say that you're not doing?
I don't know.
Or if there
It's
is anything. I'm not saying that there has to be something else. I'm just curious.
no, I don't feel like as far as like workouts and meal plans that I'm really not doing anything besides what I told you.
Okay.
And then my core four is not perfect, but most of it's just the business and like the meditation part of it.
Okay. Cool. So let's talk about this skipping the meals, snacking on things. So the first thing with skipping meals is the the more you skip meals, the more you're gonna crave sugars.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Uh-uh.
Okay, so here's what I want you to see. And I just did a YouTube video on this and it might be good for you to watch. It will explain why you want to keep on eating candy and why you crave sugar so bad. Okay? Okay, you guys, so here's carbohydrates. Okay? Actually, let's go here. So here's some carbs. This is going to be a bowl of spaghetti. That's a horrible bowl. Okay, so here's a bowl of spaghetti, some carbohydrates. Okay, now candy, even candy, is a carbohydrate. Okay, so anytime we have carbohydrates, what this does is it causes our blood sugar to rise. Okay, so now here you are, and you have your blood sugar that has increased. And once your blood sugars have increased, Alicia, your pancreas, your pancreas releases what's called insulin. Okay, so now that your pancreas has released insulin, insulin's job is to come over and combat blood sugar and try to lower it. In fact, it does lower it. It will actually go. So if this is your normal level of blood sugar, it will come over here and it will release and try to lower it. So this is your blood sugar. This is your spike, and it actually drops it probably too low. So when your blood sugars are now low, now your body starts saying eat carbs to do what? Alicia?
To Now you said it's starting to eat carbs. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
So now that your insulin has lowered your, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can. Sorry, I'm driving to pick up my kids too.
Oh,
So
okay. So your blood sugars are now lowered with your insulin and is below your normal blood sugar levels.
okay.
Okay, so if it's below your normal blood sugar level, what do you think your body's going to tell you to do?
Eat more sugar.
Eat more sugar. And why would it do that?
Because it's low and you need it, but the
Yep.
right kind.
So then what it does is it starts to increase it again. And usually what we do is, since we don't know where our normal level is, we increase it a lot. And then it just starts this cycle again. So is this making sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense actually. That explains a lot of kind of why I feel like it's always up and down.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now here's the thing. When you release a high amount of insulin, insulin it breaks down the carbohydrates into what we call glycogen. Oh. And glycogen gets stored into your muscle. Okay, so here's a muscle. Okay, this is muscle. It gets stored into your muscle and your liver. I don't really know what a liver looks like. That's a liver though. Okay, so the glycogen gets stored into your muscles, and this is what helps your muscles repair. This is what helps your muscles have energy. So when we exert our muscles, it has to produce some kind of energy, and that's what the glycogen is. So notice that if you don't have glycogen storages within your muscle, this is why if you don't eat any carbs at all, why it becomes a negative effect for your body. Okay? So you have to have a right amount, but anything that doesn't get stored into the muscles or the liver then gets put out and has to be stored into what? What do you think extra glycogen gets stored as?
Into fat.
Into fat. Okay? So the thing that I want you to see here, Alicia, is that if your blood sugars are low and you continue to spike and now you have a steady release of insulin, well, the majority of times your body's not going to need that much glycogen. So now what you've done is you've created a leaking process of insulin, which is now going to all be stored as fat. Does this make more sense to you?
Makes a lot of sense.
Okay. So what are you hearing from this for you?
That the reason that I'm basically not losing any fat is because I keep going through that process, and it's just holding, my body's just holding on to it and storing it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay. So, Alicia, this is why it's so crucial that the meals are set up with protein, carbs, and fats. Okay. What the fats do for your carbohydrates is it actually slows down the digestion. Okay. So now that you've slowed down the digestion, that's going to help steady off that drop. So that way that it's not sinking your blood sugars too low, and that way you can actually manage those blood sugars a little bit. Okay. So if you notice with a lot of the meals with the program, there's always a protein, carb, and fat within it. Now, protein releases what's called glucagon. I just spelled that wrong. Okay, so it releases what's called glucagon. Now, glucagon is opposite of what insulin does. So what glucagon will do is it will start providing more energy. Now, protein is not a huge energy source. Carbs are always better energy source, but understand that proteins do have energy purposes, which is why we have them. Okay? So what you can see here, Alicia, is that with every meal, this is why it's so important to have protein, carbs, and fats. If all you do is have a carb, you're going to have that cycle where you won't crave food or you won't want to eat food, and then all of a sudden you'll crave food. I don't even know what's going on with my language right now. Then you'll start to crave food a lot. Okay?
Yeah.
So if you're telling me that you have a sweet tooth, then I can tell you right now that your biggest problem is because you're skipping meals and your blood sugars are too low.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if you have all your meals and you're still craving, then it's a different topic. Okay. And normally we can pinpoint that. If you're like every evening at 2, every afternoon at 2 p.m. I'm craving. Then I can go back and I can look at the menu and I can say, okay, what I would do is increase your fats here because it's too big of a drop. So you need to slow that down just a little bit and it will help balance it off. And your cravings will go away.
Yeah, and I noticed when you told me to do that the other night with the peanut butter, it helped a ton. But I think the other one is just like what you said, was skipping my meals. So.
Yep. So this is just how your body works. That's why those who skip meals will always have a hard time losing fat. Those who only eat meals at like dinner, they'll struggle because the majority of their plate will just be made up of carbs. So it's really important to make sure that you're not skipping meals solely because if you do, you've created a fat storing system. Okay. And Alicia, right now, I can tell you right now, because you are not very big, like you don't have a lot to lose, because you don't have a lot to lose, your body is going to be more sensitive, which means that you have to be a lot more strict to go that extra little mile to get more results.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, like technically, you're fit and you're a healthy girl. So when you're hitting that border, it's completely different. It's a different game to get results compared to someone who hasn't done anything at all. So this program, you
Yeah.
still get results, but that's why you have to be. That's why for you, it's going to be extra sensitive for you if you don't do the menu.
Okay.
Okay. So everyone on the call, what you need to understand is the smaller you get, the harder weight loss becomes, the harder fat becomes. And that's just part of the process. Your body doesn't, it naturally wants to hold on to things. So it requires you to burn more because the smaller you are, the harder it gets. Always is. That's why where I'm at, I have to work extra hard. And so it does require some precise work when you get down there. Okay. Cool. Does this help, Alicia?
Yeah, it helped a ton. It kind of opened my eyes a lot to what I need to be changing.
Okay. Awesome. If you have any questions though, reach out, and then we can look at it. Okay.
For sure. Thanks.
Yep. Awesome. Okay. Does anyone else have any other questions about the program? If you're not seeing results, if you're struggling, reach out. What is anyone else?
Matt, can I just chime in for a second?
Yeah.
I just want to say, you guys, thanks to those of you who went ahead and did what you said you would do and made your profiles live. Now, my next challenge for you guys is to post your weekly pictures. Every Sunday, post your weekly pictures because you will not see a huge difference weekly, but when you go through and you're accountable every single week, you're going to last the full 60 days. Oftentimes when we think we've got to take 30 for today picture and then 30 days and then 60 days, you aren't accountable. And so then the last 2 weeks we're going to push really, really hard because we know we have to have pictures. But post your pictures today, even if it is just a selfie in front of the mirror. Make sure that it looks decent, that you can that's a good judgment. It's your pictures are accurate. They're at the same angle. You're in the same clothes, things like that, because it really, I'm telling you guys, this is not my first rodeo. I know what's required. I've done this before multiple times, and you will want those pictures. It will boost your business tremendously when you guys do that, and it's going to inspire more people than you know, because people will do business with those that they trust. And so make sure that you guys are not that that you guys haven't. If you haven't done them yet, do them and comment on there. Make it public so everyone can see it. That's all.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Amber.
You're welcome.
Okay, you guys. Yes, nailed it on the head. Post your weekly pictures. Post them, take them. Make sure that you have some type of accountability. Not only that, but you have some kind of track. If all you do is look in the mirror and you're like, I don't see any results, and then you don't take any before and after pictures and put them side by side, at the end when I say, okay, where's your before and afters, if you're like, I don't have anything, okay, what's your scale? What is this? What is that? And you have nothing to account for, there's nothing I can do to help you. And it will be no question of why you didn't get results. It will be a matter of because you didn't track. Because if you didn't even track how your results were coming with your before and afters, with your scale, with your measurements, and then I know for sure that you didn't track what you put into your body. And I can tell you right now, the number one reason why people fail at diets is because they don't track what they put into their body. They're always taking more food in than they realize, so they're always at a surplus calorie range. They're always snacking and adding little things. When I would do corporate events, what I would do is I would give them each 2 mini Reese's peanut butter cups. I would put those on their desk. And I would say, normally when you're in an office, you would have these 2 mini Reese's peanut butter cups. You could do that daily and you'd be like, it's just 2. It's just 2. It's so minimum. Like, it won't affect my body. And then what I would say is those 2 were about 80 to 100 calories. So if I just increase your calorie amount by 100 for 1 week, and then you add an extra 100, you've jumped it 200 calories per day. That might not seem like a lot, but when the game of fat loss, when the extra 100 is just on carbs, it's a huge game. It plays out huge because now you're eating 1,400 extra calories in that week. This plays out big because most of you would go out and have a cheat meal. Now that cheat meal comes out to almost another 1,000 to 1,500 calories. And then you look at these numbers and you say, you add those up, you ate almost 3,000 calories extra. It's no wonder you didn't lose any weight. The small things that you do every single day that you don't track, that you're not looking at, will make up big, big results. If you can figure out what you can cut out, so then you can say, no more Reese's peanut butter cups every day. That would make a huge difference in your program. It would cut 700 calories that you don't have to worry about trying to figure out how to burn. Okay? So understand this about fitness. You have to track. The more precise you are, the more you'll understand and you'll see results that you're either getting or not. When it comes to your weight training, you have to track how much weight are you using. Are you tracking your increasing and decreasing your weight? These things are huge. Okay? Like we said at the beginning of the program, you must track everything. And the moment you stop tracking is the moment you lose results. Okay? So, huge. Okay. Any other questions before we move on? Here we go. 4 weeks left in the 60-day evolution. 4 more weeks to just finish strong. I don't care where you are at right now in the program. I don't care if you haven't even started. You have 4 weeks to completely evolve from where you are right now to ending strong, to have a complete evolution, no matter where you are. What I want you all to do right now is I want you to stop comparing yourself to anyone. I don't want you to compare yourself to yourself even. I don't want you to compare yourself to whoever is in the group. I just want you to be where you are and work from where you are. Be concerned about either getting started, recommitting, wherever you are. I just want you to focus on where you are. Okay? So please understand, I don't care where you are. Just start. 4 weeks left. Finish strong. To do this, we are going to play at a higher level. There's going to be more required. I want people who are highly committed to finishing this program out strong. I want people who are going to be committed. I want people to be able to see results. And I know that that's what's required. So number one is the before and after pictures. Before and after. Okay, each week. Along with measurements. Holy cow, what am I doing? Okay, you guys, you got to track them. You have to track. If you aren't getting results, if in next week you're like, I didn't get any results, then we can ask, we can figure out what it is, so that way I can help you. It's so, like, I am so dedicated to all of you getting results. I'm so committed, and it's on my mind all the time, and I always want you to get results. Like, I care about my clients' results probably more than they understand. It's just I can't be a mind reader. I can't be someone who is trying to figure out whether you're doing the work or not. That's where your own responsibility comes into play. But I do care about every single one of you so much. And it kills me inside when a client ends a program and they don't get any results. I know it's not on me, but for me, I just want to be able to help as many people as I can. You are first and foremost in what I want. What I want is my clients to get results. I care about people. Care about them before I care about anything. The only way I can help you, though, is, again, before and afters. Before and afters. Okay? Number two, those of you who have been doing the positive focus, awesome. I love them. I love reading them. Like, so awesome. I love it. Now, here's what I want you to do. I'm going to add the work. So now there's going to be a form for you to fill out the work. You'll fill out a judgment worksheet. Okay, so now there's a judgment worksheet for you to fill out, and that will be the questions that I asked you in the live event. For those of you who weren't there, these were the questions where I was asking you, how does so-and-so make you feel? Why do they make you feel that way? What is it that you want them to do? So you'll fill this out weekly, and then you'll fill out the worksheet daily. Okay, the work. So this is, you take one of your judgments. So you can say, I'm really mad at Matt because he makes me eat chicken. And you can say, well, is that true? Yes. Is it absolutely true that Matt makes you eat chicken? Well, no. Okay, and then you'll fill out that worksheet, and you'll be able to see at the end of the worksheet, like, okay, you'll find the truth, your reality, and you'll be able to shift your mindset. Again, this is about reframing mindset. The majority of people are told to suppress, are told that they can or cannot say things. We have trained ourselves to not say things. We've trained ourselves to be censored. And we create these stories within our heads, these judgments that hold us back in life. This judgment can be about your body. It can be about your being. It can be about your business. It can be about your relationships. I don't care who it is about. But what I want you to do is to be able to have massive breakthroughs. The next 4 weeks, I just want you to end the program having a complete evolution of mindset by seeing and reframing the world that you live in so that you can move forward, so that you can break through. And the work allows you to do this. This is why I'm having you do this. I've been doing it for about 60 days now, and I see the changes that it makes in my relationships, in myself, and how fast I'm able to reframe a judgment that I have. It's getting so hard for me to write judgments because in my head I just like reframe them. And while I'm typing them, I'm like, I already know how this is going to end. I already know what I'm going to say. Cool. But it helps me see and learn lessons. And it changes my relationships with my wife, with my friends, my clients. It helps me change the relationships and the way that I see my world. So understand, reframing your mindset will be crucial for you to move forward. Because you can end the 60-day evolution being like, this program's stupid and blah, 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 I didn't even change. But if you can learn to reframe your mindset by the end of the 60-day evolution, and you can start to see things differently, I can promise you that will pay off in the long run more than anything else that we do. If you can stop being a victim, the moment you can stop being a victim in your life is the moment you will start taking action and start getting results in anything. If you want to level up, if you want to change your life, it requires this. And you can come at the end of the program and you can say the 60-day evolution was a waste of money. That was a stupid investment. I didn't even get results. And you can start to be a victim, or you can start to own it. And the way that you can do that is by reframing your mindset. Does anyone have any questions about this? Okay. I'm going to show you real quick on what it's going to look like. So right now I'm just going to log on so I can get this set up real quick. Okay, so here's what it's going to look like. You'll fill in the date. Okay, fill in your email. You will get a copy of this once you submit it. Okay, so in here you're going to just type your judgment that you have. So let's, Susie is a real jerk. She ate all my Girl Scout cookies. Okay, can you absolutely know that, oh, those ones are mixed. Is it true? Yes. Can you absolutely know that it's true? I'll fix this. Yes. Okay, then you'll hit next. You'll type in your judgment again, and then you'll answer the question. How do you react? What happens? What do you do when you believe that thought? I get so mad at her for eating all my cookies. She should buy her own. Okay. Oh, this one needs to be fixed. Obviously, I did this right before the call. So this one, now it will say, who would you be without that belief or thought? I wouldn't be mad at Susie for eating my cookies. I would love her again. Okay, in here you'll start to type in your judgment again. Okay, so I just copy and paste and then change it. So now you're going to flip it around to yourself. I am a jerk. My spelling is off tonight. I ate all my Girl Scout cookies. Then you'll turn around. You're going to find 3 things that support this. Okay, what makes you a jerk for eating all your Girl Scout cookies? Well, I shouldn't eat them anyways. I should have shared. Whatever it is, okay? Now you're going to turn it around to the other. I am a real jerk to Susie for eating all the Girl Scout cookies. Okay? How is this true? I didn't share. I didn't leave any for her, whatever it is. Okay, so you'll find 3 examples. Okay, now turn around to the opposite. Susie is not a real jerk for eating all my Girl Scout cookies. It's okay. I like sharing. I want her to feel like she can have some of my cookies. And then you find the truth. So which one of those 3 was the truth for you? And it could be like, I shouldn't have ate them anyways. I'm the real jerk. And then answer the question, what are you committed to doing differently? Well, this person in this situation going forward, I won't buy them in the first place because Matt would be pissed that I ate them anyways. I am committed to evolving my body. Okay? So is there any questions on this? Does anyone have any questions about how this sheet is supposed to be filled out? Okay? The more you do this, the more committed you are to filling this out, I can promise you at the end, your mind will work so fast on the judgments that you have. And you can run this, if you are scared to go and talk to someone, you can even run it on that. I am scared to death that people are going to make fun of me if I blitz. Holy cow. Don't judge my spelling tonight. I'm scared to death that people are going to criticize me or make fun of me if I go out and blitz. Okay? I'm scared to death I'm going to make fun of me if I go outside and blitz. Okay? 3 truths. So you just run through it. So just continue to find judgments, find things that you are going through. If you are pissed at your kids, if you're pissed at a leader, if you're pissed at anyone, write it out. This allows you to be real, raw, and relevant, and to be able to not suppress your feelings. And it makes it so much easier to not be full of stress, full of hate, full of anxiety. It just allows you to be happy. Okay? So you don't need to suppress the way that you feel. Do the work. Okay, is there any questions? Okay, if there's not any questions, then we'll be good for tonight's call. What I'll do is the nutrition should be up either tonight or tomorrow. I have another webinar at 9, so depending on that, we'll see where we're at. Other than that, if you have any questions, continue to use the forum, continue to do the work, and do everything that you need to do to get results. Also, remember, Saturday 21st, I'm doing a workshop. This is going to be more like personal training, so it's like it's going to be more group personal training, but again, it will be like a one-on-one training that you would have with me. So it's going to help you learn a lot more, like a lot of the stuff that we learned about carbohydrates. You're going to be able to learn more in depth on a lot of those things, why reading nutrition labels are so crucial, how to cook and prep, and how to do all of these things so that you can actually start integrating these things and start having results, moving forward, and also enjoying the process as you do it. That's the one thing that I see with a lot of people. They don't enjoy the process. There's a way that you can learn to enjoy the process. So again, for all of you, it's $65 to join that live event. If you bring someone, it's only $32.50 for each of you, so you can split that cost. So again, that's a huge benefit. So it can't be with someone within the group. It has to be someone who is in a group or a client of mine in order for you to get the $32.50. So if you would like to join, let me know. And then, yeah, we'll see you next week on Sunday. And again, love you all. If you have any questions, let me know. I've recorded this, and it will be up and ready for you guys tomorrow. Okay?
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
When do you need that money by for this Saturday?
By Saturday?
So by Saturday you would need the money?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay? There will be a lot of fun things going on Saturday. I have a fun day planned out, so.
Yeah, I'm way excited for it. I'm planning on bringing my husband with me.
Awesome. For all you women who like purses, there might be an opportunity for you to win a really nice purse. Just saying.
Matt, where's that?
What's that?
Where is it at?
It's either going to be at that CrossFit gym, but I kind of want to do it outside. I'm just watching the weather right now. It said it might rain. It's kind of going off and on. So I'm trying to wait for that, but more than likely it's probably going to be at that Pepper CrossFit again. Pepper Box.
Okay.
So. Any other questions? Okay. All right, guys, we'll end it here. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll go from there.